All right, let's talk about building wealth. What if I told you that one of the most popular ways people try to get rich actually gets beaten pretty consistently by the most boring investment you can possibly imagine? Today, we're putting two heavyweights of wealth creation into the ring for a head-to-head battle to see which one really comes out on top.
And this is the big question, isn't it? If you've got a little extra money to put to work, you're asking yourself this exact thing. You've worked hard for that money, and you want it to start working hard for you. So, where do you put it? What's the best move? Look, the answer you're looking for isn't what some guru on Instagram, probably in front of a rented car, wants you to believe. So let's just forget the hype, okay? Forget the get-rich-quick schemes and all those flashy posts. We're going to cut right through the noise and look at the real numbers, the real effort involved, and the real returns. And I'm telling you, the answer, it just might surprise you. Okay, first up in this corner, we have the reigning champion, the classic path to millionaire status that our parents and grandparents talked about, real estate. I mean, it's tangible, right? You can see it, you can touch it, it's impressive, and it feels like everyone is doing it. And you know the dream. Come on, we've all been sold this dream. It goes like this. You buy a house, a tenant moves in, and poof, they start paying your mortgage for you, all the while the property's value is just climbing and climbing and you're building wealth supposedly while you sleep. It sounds absolutely perfect, doesn't it? And on paper, the advantages are, well, they're powerful. There's no denying it. You get to use leverage, which is just a fancy way of saying you use the bank's money to control a huge asset. You get monthly cash flow from the rent, the property appreciates in value over time, and to top it all off, you get some pretty significant tax breaks. When you line it all up like that, it sounds completely unbeatable. And this is where the story always takes a little bit of a turn. Because most people only ever talk about those big, shiny benefits. You know, the gross returns. But the real story, the one that actually determines whether you make any money, well, that's all hidden in the details. So let's do that. Let's pull back the curtain and take a hard look at the side of real estate investing that doesn't make it into the highlight reels. We're talking about the unseen costs, the things that can quietly eat away at that perfect dream. Okay, so picture it. You did it. You bought the property, you found a great tenant, that first rent check comes in, and you're thinking, this is it. I'm an investor. But then reality shows up, and it always does.
All of a sudden, it's not just a check. It's a call about a leaky faucet. It's ongoing maintenance, and then, whoops, your tenant moves out, and now you have a vacancy, which means zero income that month. So you might hire a property manager, but that's a fee. And you're definitely paying insurance and property taxes. Oh, and let's not forget HOA fees, or, you know, the really fun stuff like unexpected disasters. That healthy cash flow you imagined, it can disappear, literally in a heartbeat. But here's the thing. The single biggest expense of all, the one that almost always gets left out of the equation, it's your time, your own personal time. Finding the deals, screening the tenants, coordinating repairs, dealing with those late-night emergency calls, none of that stuff is passive. So this is the crucial point. Real estate can feel like a second job because, well, it kind of is. The returns can be great, for sure, but they are earned. This is not passive income in the way most of us dream about it. For most people, it's an active, hands-on business. It's a job. Okay, so now let's turn our attention to the challenger, the quiet, the unassuming, dare I say, the boring alternative. This is the investment that nobody ever brags about at a party. So what is an index fund? It's actually incredibly simple. Instead of trying to be a genius and pick the next big stock, you just buy one single fund that owns a tiny little piece of all the biggest companies out there, like the 500 largest in the US if you buy an S&P 500 fund. You're not betting on one horse, you're just making a broad bet on the entire economy to grow over time. And the contrast with real estate, it is just stark. With an index fund, there are no tenants to call you. There are no toilets to fix. There are absolutely no midnight emergencies, no drama. It's just automatic investing and the power of time. And if you look at the historical numbers, the stock market has returned somewhere around 7 to 10% per year on average. And this right here, this highlights the core difference. While a perfect home run real estate deal might have a higher ceiling, sure, index funds provide strong, consistent returns for, and this is the key part, virtually zero effort. All right, the stage is set. We've met our two contenders. It is time to put them side by side and see who really comes out on top in this great wealth debate. Let's get to the final verdict. So let's look at the official scorecard. First up, risk.
Real estate is concentrated. All your eggs are in one property. Index funds are diversified across hundreds of companies. Next, liquidity. How fast can you get your cash? Index funds win easily. You can sell in seconds. A house could take months. What about time? Real estate is active, hands-on. Index funds are truly passive. And for stress, well, it's not even close, is it?
And here it is. This is the statistic that changes everything. Once you factor in all the real-world costs, your time, the stress, the hidden fees, and just the inevitable mistakes everyone makes, it turns out that most individual real estate investors actually make less money than if they had just put that cash into a simple index fund. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That just feels wrong, right? If the numbers are so clear, why does real estate have this powerful, almost mythical reputation for creating wealth? Why does it feel so much more productive? Well, it all comes down to psychology. It really boils down to three main reasons. First, leverage just feels powerful. Controlling a $300,000 asset with only 60 grand of your own money is a big deal. Second, paying a mortgage every single month is a form of forced savings discipline. And third, and this is a big one, is visibility bias. You can see and touch a house. You can't see the silent, relentless power of compounding working in an investment account. So, what's the final verdict? The shocking truth is that for most people, index funds are the mathematical winner. They just are. They require less time, less stress, and frankly, less luck. But, and this is a huge but, that doesn't mean real estate can't win for the right person. And this is the question you have to ask yourself, honestly. Which of these sounds more like you? If you want to build a hands-on business and you actually enjoy the work, the hustle, real estate can be incredibly powerful. But if you value your time, you want peace of mind, and you prefer a set-it-and-forget-it plan, then index funds are almost impossible to. So here is the ultimate takeaway. Please be skeptical of anyone who gives you a one-size-fits-all answer. If someone tells you one of these is objectively better, they are probably selling you something. The best investment strategy isn't universal. It's deeply, deeply personal. Answering this one question, truly understanding your own personality and your own goals, is the absolute key to choosing the right path for your financial future. So, which one are you? A business owner or a passive investor? The choice is yours.